Hey, how's it going?
Good. Great to be with you today. Thanks for your time, boss.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, I've really been looking forward to this time. So you captured my attention, I would say back around 2016, 2017, when you started expanding your influence up into the Illinois market.
Okay.
So back
Yes.
around 2018, Illinois was producing a rich crop of Illinois wrestlers. And when you cherry picked Madrigal and Styles out of that harvest field,
Yes.
I knew you had to be doing something down here. And you, man, I mean,
Yeah, well,
Tony Madrigal, third at the Ironman at 106 his freshman year, drops a 1-0 decision in the IHSA state finals in 2017 to Rio Woods. This kid's a hammer.
no, he's good. He's really good.
Then you nailed Jake Styles. Jake Styles from Montini Catholic. His sophomore year, he loses in the state championship series. Comes back his junior year and kills it, wins a state championship, and then his senior year he repeats.
Yes, he's good. He's good. We're excited to have those two.
It's unreal, man. So I've been super excited to talk to you today because I am completely interested in knowing what in the world are you doing right now to improve this OU wrestling culture.
Well, I think it starts with getting all the right guys. I mean, trying to get the right people that love wrestling, that want to be Olympic athletes, that aspire to be more. And so I think picking the right people is really it's the hard part in recruiting. Everybody tells me they want to be great, but not everybody really means that, So getting the right guys, the right character guys that can do the work, that really love it, that want to be good, and be consistent. So I think that's really the framework behind it. Is just finding the right people and then deciding once they're here, does he really want to do this or not? To build a championship culture, we got to have everybody on the same page. Everybody's got to work at a certain level. Everybody's got to do the work. And if we do that, obviously, and you get enough of the right kids, then we'll build a championship team.
Yeah. Well, I'm friends with Javi Madrigal, so I had the opportunity. We're an Illinois transfer. We came in 7 months ago from Illinois. I got 3 sons, and we were intricately involved in the Illinois wrestling market.
Mm-hmm.
So my oldest boy rode with Tony Madrigal a couple of times up at Oak Park River Forest, so I got to know his dad, Javi. So Javi gave me a little insight into that recruiting process that was going on with his boy Tony. And I'll tell you what, when he would share with me some of the things that Tony was experiencing in the recruiting process, the thoughts that went off in my mind was, you are treating these kids like they are young men of excellence. And it just, from my vantage point, was a magnetic force. Tell me a little bit about your recruiting process and some of the adjustments, some of the additions that you're adding to that to draw this top talent into the state.
Well, I think, when you talk about the recruiting process, I mean, obviously we treat everybody really well, and we want to make sure that the kids that we go after are the right ones, and when they come on campus, I mean, when people see our campus and see how awesome it is, I haven't had a person that hasn't loved our campus yet. And some people just don't know enough about the OU brand. I mean, we've won 7 national titles here. It's a place that you can win at, I came from Ohio State. OU's very similar. It's a bit football school, but we have the resources. We have a huge room. We got nutrition. We got academic services. We have everything you need to be great. And we got coaches that care about what they do. So I think when you see all that, and your core values are education, work ethic, and character, that's kind of what I base things around, and I want people to work as hard as I do. And I can do this day in and day out, 2-a-days, day in and day out, all the time. So, that's kind of a.
Yeah, listen, 2.5 years ago, I got a middle daughter who was interested in coming to OU, and we sat in on one of the recruiting days where we come down, we listen to the story, the mission statement of the OU campus and the culture. And I'll tell you, I walked away from that day of recruiting for my daughter, and I said to myself, from the time they started their opening speech till the time that they ended, they have very high standards at OU of excellence and greatness, and they don't settle for anything else outside of national championships and top academic performers. So let me ask you a question. When is the OU wrestling team going to win a national championship, boss? That's coming.
Well, as you know, listen, when you're the coach, it can't come fast enough to be on a, you know, when you're working with people and I really just look to make sure people are progressing. Is he better? If he's having issues, what are the issues? You know, is it academic? Is it weight control? Is it, you know, he's not working hard enough? Where are we? Is he the right guy? Do we need a new guy? You know, so I just think that we just keep working on making sure that guys get better all the time. And, you know, and we have a system in place that we put a lot of time into our guys. We spend all spring and summer doing what we have to do, and it's a lot of work. But I do think that, you know, if people keep buying into the things we do and you get a team that's all in on it, you know, you'll find out that you don't know what can happen. You know, right now, you know, obviously we're a 10 to 20 team. You know, we have Arizona State tomorrow, and they're 10th. We're between 14 and 20, and it should be a great match, you know, and there's a lot of great matchups tomorrow.
You know, sitting from the outside in, I'm looking at this funnel that you're building. I think great programs, dynasties at the D1 level are always thinking 5, 10, 15 years down the road as they're building and changing this program. And I have started seeing you filling this funnel up at OU with guys like John Wiley, Tate Piccolo. I mean, these are kids that are going to be there for a long while, increasing the influence of the OU brand, man. What a great addition to the program. Are you excited about these guys coming in?
Yeah, well, I can't talk about some of them, but the ones that have signed, like Tate Piccolo and Alejandro Herrera, and these are the type of guys that are, you know, they love wrestling and they're into it. And I'm looking forward to helping them, you know, reach their goals, get them an education, and hopefully we get to a place where you wrestle. You know, my big vision is to have our own guys in our Olympic program, that all of our guys, you know, the ones that want to stay, it's a one-stop shop. You come, you get a great education, you win a national title, and you train for the Olympics. You know,
you know, I'm hearing some things as I sit up here north of Oklahoma City in Edmond about the regional training center that's starting to happen down there with Olympic training, and I'm really encouraged by that development as well, Coach. I think you're doing a great job facilitating that as well. Yeah,
you know, and those things, and I ran the one at Ohio State, and they take the resources, but you also got to, you know, it'll be really nice when we have the Woodleys and the Demases that are through our program that stay and do it. It'll make it easier. Going out and buying somebody, you know, then it's a market price thing. You know, it's better to have just our own people that want to be here, that came to OU for the brand, for what we are and what we stand for and our standards. And so that makes it'll make it a lot easier, but we're still a little ways away from that. Obviously, they're only juniors, you know, and this COVID year doesn't count. So they got next year and the year after that. So we got a little bit of time, which is good for the program to have that. But that Olympic program is a pillar for what we're doing.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Hey, one final note as we close. I know you come from Ohio State. What are some of the similarities in the culture that you're finding at OU as you experienced when you were up in Ohio?
Well, I think that they're very similar brands. I mean, you know, I tell people all the time, I said, Ohio State probably makes $200 million in football. OU makes 170. One's got 36 sports. The other one's got, I think we're in that 18, 19 range, and that maybe up 21 if you count track and field, you know, two different sports. It all depends how you count them up. You know, I just think that academically, you know, very high standards, you know, having the resources, the facilities, you know, there's a lot of similarities in those things, you know, and they're both places that, you know, exude excellence, you know, and, you know, and I like it. I like being at both places. I had a great experience at Ohio State. Obviously, OU's been a great experience as well, you know, as we continue to keep building. But they're very similar things, you know, and having the resources to be able to do the things you want to do certainly helps. Having budgets that help you, you know, take your guys to all the, you know, the universities, the 20 and unders, the senior nationals, and getting your guys opportunity. And that's really what we want to do, is give our student athletes the best experience we can give them, and give them the opportunity that they, you know, the opportunities they need to have success in the classroom and out. So, you know, that's kind of the vision of that.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, man. And again, I so appreciate the time that you've invested into this interview with me. I'm looking forward to the Sooners having a great year this year, man. I wish you
Yeah.
guys the best.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks a
All
lot,
right.
man.
Yep. You take care. Have a good one.
You betcha. We'll talk soon, okay, buddy?